Good day to everyone here, and today we are starting our sixth series for our banknote series, which is Bulgaria. Yes, but this is a communist Bulgaria. Yes, before it became a constitutional democratic republic. So this is the Bulgarian lev we're talking about. We're talking about the 1951 Bulgarian lev. This was right just after the Second World War, where the Soviet Union had direct influence over Bulgaria. The monarchy was overthrown, and Georgy Dimitrov was established as Bulgaria's first communist leader. Yes. Of course, that didn't last long, with rumors that he was assassinated. Of course, they can't be confirmed. Nevertheless, this is the short history of the banknotes I'm going to be talking about, because this is the 1952 series of the Bulgarian leva. However, all of them are dated 1951, because they are. Well, I should note that this is the second Bulgarian lev. Now, to begin, I do not have the 1 leva note, so that's kind of a setback. However, I do have the rest of them, except the 500 leva note, of course, because that was unissued and is apparently very expensive. I cannot afford that. 49 euros. Whew. I can't afford that. Nevertheless, let's begin, shall we? Now, what I have here is the free leva note. Yes. Now, this is the observe. Now, as we can see here, free leva, and below here there's a date that says 1951. Now, the front here, that's the national seal. So that's actually the coat of arms of Bulgaria. And at the back, which is the reverse, we see a hammer and sickle. There's also a text below here. Now, from what I know, I'm not too sure what it says. My best guess is that it's a warning against counterfeiting. However, I will not be too sure. Let me know in the comments if that's not true. Next up, we have the 5 leva note. So the observe has got the national seal, or the coat of arms of Bulgaria, 1951 at the date, and at the back, a hammer and sickle. Yes, and a text over here, which I am not too sure as to what it means. I believe it is still a text warning about counterfeiting. Nevertheless, we now proceed to the higher denomination notes. Now, I should tell you, for this second series, from 10 leva onwards, the portrait of Georgy Dimitrov will be present in all observes of these banknotes. We shall first begin with the 10 leva note. So as we can see here, this is Georgy Dimitrov, right over here in the observe. Now, the coat of arms of Bulgaria is right here, yes. And strangely enough, it looks very plain for an observe, because we usually like the front of our notes to be quite detailed. Now, not in this case, it's kind of odd. However, this is the reverse. So what we have here is a scene of a tractor harvesting food on the fields, agricultural produce. 10 leva, deset leva. If I understand my Bulgarian, which I don't. Well, I can also tell you this says Bulgarian People's Bank, because I believe this part says Narodna, but I am not too sure. Well, that is the 10 leva note, and it is in red color, yes. Next up, we have the 25 leva note, again with Georgy Dimitrov in front. Now, it is in a very black, it's a black colored print, I think, with a slight hint of blue, however, I'm not too sure. This is a 25 leva note. So there's Georgy Dimitrov there, coat of arms of Bulgaria, and printed in 1951. This here, we can see a scene of some railroad construction. This was because in most communist countries, their notes would tend to show the importance of industrialization. So it's very common to see these kind of scenes in these banknotes. So yeah, Most communist banknotes will have scenes of either agriculture, education, or industrialization, of which we have a railroad construction scene. Still, it's very detailed. You could hang this up as a painting if you wanted to. Also, I should also note, the earlier notes, the watermark is actually present. It's actually in a series of hammer and sickles and the album of the Bulgarian National Bank. Yes, it's just repeated and it's spread across the paper. Now this is present for the 3 till 50 leva notes. 100 leva and 200 leva notes have the hammer and sickle only. But we will get to that soon, because the next note I wish to show you now is the 50 leva note. Yes, so this is actually printed in a brown color. So we have Georgy Dimitrov over here, his portraits over here, and the coat of arms of Bulgaria, yes, at the time. So this is 50 leva and printed in 1951. So here we actually see a woman harvesting roses, yes, on the reverse of this note. Quite beautiful, isn't it? And it's printed in 1951. That's nice. Don't be fooled for this white plain ridge here. You may think that the watermark is there, but it's not. It's still spread across. Nevertheless, we are going to get to the last 2 banknotes. This is the exciting part. I like this. Behold, the 100 leva note. Yes, I can read this. 100 leva. So that's 100 leva. So, if you can see here, which is very faint, that is actually the watermark. So it's a hammer and sickle. So here it's a green print. We have Georgy Dimitrov, the coat of arms of Bulgaria, on the observe. The reverse, we see a woman harvesting grapes. Splendid. Very splendid. And we reach the last note. Yes, the 200 leva note. This is the largest note, I believe, no, second largest note I have in my possession. This is Georgy Dimitrov, the coat of arms of Bulgaria. Now I should note that the watermark is the hammer and sickle, which you can probably faintly see. It's right about here. Yep, that is the watermark, the hammer and sickle. Let's look at the reverse. Woman, or some people, harvesting tobacco, something that is not healthy but is a lucrative trade due to the amount of tobacco smokers that were present in the worldwide region in the 50s. Seriously, smoking was a thing back then. It's not now thanks to health regulations, but back then it was a lucrative trade. It still is today. I just don't know. Well, I guess it'll always be lucrative. However, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about it. Harvesting, yes. Splendid portrait. And inside here, this is where the watermark would be present. As you can see, it also has less text. It's almost as if the amount of text has been reduced in 200 leva note compared to the previous notes, I think. Still, it's pretty neat. Well, that is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned something as well. But also at the same time, check out the 500 leva note. It's actually very nice, and it does exist. It's very expensive. I don't suggest you get it if you're on a low budget. Nevertheless, thank you, and goodbye.